Hey Lara, welcome to SmitCast, and it's a pleasure having you with us. How do you feel about it?
I feel good. Yeah, it's my first podcast. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to delve into what we're going to talk about today. Let's do
Awesome,
it.
awesome. And would you mind telling the viewers about something about yourself? And since this is going to be my first undergrad podcast with an undergrad,
Okay.
and I'm really excited to know more about what exactly the program is and how, as an undergrad, the school is different. It's a completely different mindset that the students have. So it would be a great experience for me to know about all these things, and I want you to provide insights about it and help all the viewers about by telling them something about yourself and what's your background.
Sure. So I'm a senior here at Pace University studying film and screen studies with a minor in digital media studies. I was class of 2020 in high school, so unfortunately my first year of school was online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was a different experience.
Right.
What I did was I took all of my gen ed classes first, as most people do, and then
Right.
started taking my production courses as I moved up. And as a senior right now, I'm excited to be finishing up. I just got a new internship this year for my senior year for the whole year, which is nice. And I've never not been a student before yet, so I'm
Right.
looking forward to see what life is like after graduation, working a full-time job, and seeing where life goes from there.
To ask my next question, that was PACE your first choice for the undergrad program, or were you exploring other options as well?
Pace was my first choice, yes, in the options that I had because I wanted to stay close to home. I liked Pace because it just felt like a fit for me overall, class-wise, student-wise, and location-wise, which is number two. It helped that it was in the city because of what
Right.
I want to pursue. I want to pursue television, production, entertainment, and all the
Right.
shows and networks are in New York City,
Right.
and jobs and internships love seeing people who are applying that are easily accessible, that are near the area. Not only do they have like production background, production experience, but when they see, they're familiar with New York, they don't have to go through this whole process of moving.
Right.
It was really beneficial to me to be able to study in New York City as well as being in the exact location I need to be able to find employment after college. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And since you are in your senior year,
Senior,
which
yes.
is the final year of the undergrad program, which is a
Yes.
4-year program, and help us understand how were the first 3 years as an undergrad inside PACE, and what opportunities you gained as a student, be it your on campus or be it your internship. So how would you, as an undergrad, is it important to really work while you're in school, or you should just focus on your studies?
Oh, I feel like it's important to work 100%. Not only does taking classes really helped me with like my production and TV experience, but also starting at my foundation of production inside school has allowed me to intern at other companies starting my sophomore year. So
Okay.
I got my first internship as a sophomore in college remotely. I was a video production intern for a marketing
Wow.
company. And this experience, interning first at my sophomore year, really allowed me to take the next steps that I needed to take. From my first internship, I moved up to whoops. I moved up to a second internship for a wedding company where I was a head video editor there. My next internship was on my first TV show, which is the Sherry Show on
Right.
Fox 5.
Yeah.
My fourth internship was on Fox, and then my fifth one is now with NBC. So point being,
Wow.
taking those production classes allowed me to gain the experience that I needed and fill up my resume to have it be really, really strong and make me a qualified candidate for the work that I want to do. So to answer your question, I 100% believe that it's very important to intern and get the outside experience outside of taking your classes, because it will pay off in the end, and
Absolutely.
it will get you going in the career that you want to pursue.
Absolutely. And 4 years and 5 internships. My God. This is a
4
lot.
years,
And
5
also, everyone
internships.
should take this as an inspiration that, it's not, it is important to like build your entire profile and ensure that you get enough industry exposure, especially where you are in such a diverse and great field. And the more there's no ending to learning, especially in this field. There is so much of creativity, so much of new things you can learn taking up projects. And I'm sure that uh, taking internships is an important part of, I think, even for masters as well as undergrad.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And for people who don't know, Lara has been my senior when it comes to working at Online Learning Center. So tell us something about your on-campus journey at the Online Learning Center, and how did you get this job, and when was this? Because as we all know that this particular studio has been here for like 1.5 years, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
only 2 years.
And you were the
About 2
first
years.
student assistant.
I was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell us something about your journey at the
Sure.
OLC.
The OLC is a studio in Pace University where we help faculty shoot professional video for their asynchronous and synchronous courses, and they also open it up to students who want to use the studio through faculty. And our jobs as student assistants here is to help with the production and social media work aspect of it. I looked on Pace's website and I wanted to see if there were any on-campus jobs.
Okay.
So when I saw that this job had an opening and the description was production, social media work, camera work, I was like, whoa,
No.
jackpot, like this is
Yeah,
what I want
yeah.
to do. So I applied. I did the interview process with Brian. Shout out to Brian Hughes, our lovely boss. And he gave me an interview, gave me a tour of the OLC, and I accepted the student assistant position in January of 2022.
Okay.
And fun fact, Brian hired me a month after he was hired.
Oh,
So we
yeah,
were
right.
experimenting together, we
I
were
know.
figuring it out together, and it was like, a journey. We were like, great. Like, how are
Right.
we gonna establish the vibe and what we're gonna the work that we do here in the
Right.
Online Learning Center. And our job has really allowed me to enhance my production skills by working with different kinds of cameras, working with different microphones, different audios, learning different editing softwares, different social media softwares that we can use, creating video tutorials. Like, it has opened so many little doors for me
Absolutely.
that I
Yeah.
didn't realize I needed. And I was like jumping for joy when Brian offered the student job for me, and I'm very thankful because we were able to really experience a lot. I was able to build my portfolio,
Right.
and I'm very fortunate to have a job like this that's on campus.
Absolutely. And you have seen the entire transition in the 1.5 years, starting from your day one, and now when you see OLC, so you must have seen some major, progress and changes. That how what exactly we used to do before, because not everyone on campus knows about this particular studio and knows that this place can be utilized in a very, very efficient way, especially for faculty and staff members, and producing some great video content.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just loved watching the OLC grow and meeting all of the team members outside of the OLC that are above, and they're all wonderful people. And it's nice to see. It's nice to start out at a job that's new and you're also new, and it's like you're just figuring it out together. And that's what Brian and I were doing when we first started. And he's been a wonderful boss, throughout. Not only is he a great boss to you and I, but he goes out of his way to mentor, to give advice.
Exactly.
He takes the time to hear about the classes I'm taking, the films I produce or create, or the internships that I want. He gives me advice about anything media production related, career related, and it's very wonderful to have him not only as a boss but a mentor, because he is an expert within our field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you are about to complete your program, your undergrad program, and you also have another internship in pipeline, which I really want you to help the viewers to take
Sure.
you through.
I recently just landed in another internship with NBC Universal, working under LXTV as a production intern again. And this is a big opportunity for me, not only because it's with my dream network and it's like with a big name that's also a resume booster, but it helps me because I'm a senior, like you said, and it's a year-long internship.
Oh wow.
So fingers crossed, the goal
Yeah.
would be to, stick with them once the
Right.
internship is done.
Okay.
And I have like a secure
Job.
job
Right.
once it's over. So,
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Fingers
All I
crossed. Yeah.
need to do is like show my best and show them what I can do, what I can provide for them, why I want to be in production, and
Right.
use the skills that I've gained in the past
Mm-hmm.
and utilize them towards NBC Universal and what they need from me as their production intern.
Absolutely. And this for this particular role, you applied on Handshake as well.
I did. I applied on Handshake and I went on their website. NBC has
Okay.
a whole different section just for internships. And I
Okay.
found it on their
All right.
website and then
Okay.
I applied and I had to go through many interviews. I did
Okay.
I did an asynchronous interview,
Okay.
an interview with the team beforehand, and
Okay.
then it was played the waiting game, and then
Yeah.
I got that email or it was actually a phone call. I got the
Right.
phone call and it was like a dream come true.
Awesome. So this particular question brings us towards the end of our podcast. I actually wanted to know, as an undergrad, what advice would you give to other students who are pursuing the same particular coursework in in Pace University or outside?
I would say like really, really get your hands dirty. Really keep busy. The most I've done, like not only taking classes and doing the homework that I needed to do for my required courses,
Right.
but I really like built relationships with my professors. I asked them for advice. I asked if they needed help on projects outside of school,
Right.
and and then they recommended me to other companies that I should intern at. And what I mean, really get your hands dirty, is really like create your own projects, build yourself up, because nobody's gonna do it for you. No one is
Right.
going to tell you you should do this and you should do that. Like you need to like lay out your own foundation and make it for what you want it to be, and make it and show like what you can provide from your own creative side, and interning at these companies has really helped my resume and gave me a boost, and my professors were like outstanding with their advice. And I would say like there are going to be some rocks that are in your way, some boulders,
Right.
and you're going to get over them eventually. I've had so many declines, so many no's, and all you have to do is just keep at it. This is a very, very tough industry
Yeah.
to break into, and if it fits and if it's like something that you're passionate about, then everything is gonna fall into place. And that's what happened for me. Like I took coursework, I got my first internship, and then it was just step after step after step. And what my dad would always tell me was, the baby steps count. Whether
Right.
it's like you intern for like a small commercial or you make one minute short film, everything like piles up, and
Right.
you'll see like how far you've gotten without even realizing it. So I would just like, just keep on pushing, and don't let anyone ever tell you that this industry is like not secure, because if it's your passion and if it's something that you love, then that's all that matters.
Absolutely. I cannot agree more to this, that take baby steps, be at it, and just keep doing what you like.
That's it.
Just be passionate about it.
Just be passionate about it, give it your
Yeah.
all, and you work from the heart. When it's
Yeah.
something that, when you're doing work that's like you love, and you're creating something and you're working from the heart, it feels different than just doing it to get a check.
Absolutely.
And that's the beauty of it.
That's a great advice, Lara. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Smith.
being a part of my podcast. And I hope once you get a full-time job, we can bring you again to share more
Yes.
experiences.
I would love to. I'll definitely visit the OLC.
Yes, of course.
Can't get rid of me that easy, Brian.
Peace.
Bye.
It's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Good job.
Yes.